What is up, my sci-fi people? This is Rosendo, and this is my channel, Sci-Fi Rose, where I review science fiction books. Although lately I have been adding a couple different ones just because they were recommended. Either way, today I did want to speak about a non-science fiction review on a book that I discussed on my previous video. And that is American Predator, Israel Keyes Serial Killer. This book was very interesting and it was very easy to read, very exciting. You got to actually get into how he manipulated his world, how he was two different people, and the real person was what everyone saw. Everyone saw this fake personality that wasn't really him. He's a cold-blooded killer. Obviously, he couldn't show that, so he had this persona. The reason I enjoy the book is I've always enjoyed true crime, fan of the psychological aspect of how human beings go one way or the other when it comes to morals, whether or not they have those because of some kind of dysfunctional issue in their brain. Either way, they become these people, and this man, Israel Keyes, became a serial killer and killed a bunch of people here in the United States. I highly recommend this book if you are into true crime. It didn't go into like incredible detail on what he did, although it did go into some detail. I think it was just enough. It really started out extremely strong. I felt like it mellowed out a bit, probably in the last quarter of the book, which I felt could have been a little bit more exciting. And it's just the way the author wrote it, just kind of slowed things down. It was an easy read, nothing complicated, but again, all around, I would say it was a very strong true crime book. Made me very curious about other books, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to continue this true crime program, even though I'm going to stick to our regularly scheduled program of science fiction. What I will be reading next is this. The title exactly is The Life and Crimes of Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. I think that this will be a good comparison just to see, first of all, the type of serial killer. Second of all, how the author writes. They're different authors. It's going to be interesting to see their spin on how they tell the story of this serial killer. Now, I think most people do or have heard of Richard Ramirez. He's a stone cold serial killer, and so it's good to revisit this information in a dense book like this one. I'm very curious to see how it works out, and we'll get back with you next week about that one. What I will be adding, even though I'm still reading a Neuromancer, man, that's just finishing it. It's just the way the author wrote it. It's very, very strange. Although I have run into some very good pieces of it that have, like, it's been very good. I'll continue reading that, but I also wanted to include this, The Martian. I've been wanting to read this for a while now. I've seen the film several times. Love Matt Damon in it. Jessica Chastain, love her too. The cast of characters was great. I want to see how close it is to this, what the differences are, what they were able to include in the movie, what they were having to take out. But that will be my next read. I will try to get back to the weekly sci-fi, work on this one and the Richard Ramirez, while also trying to get through Neuromancer. I think that's it for today. Please let me know in the comments if you've read American Predator, what your thoughts were about it. If you've read Richard Ramirez, The Night Stalker by Philip Carlo, I'm looking forward to that one as well. And if you've read The Martian, that's going to be for next week. If you liked my content, please comment. If so, subscribe as well. I'll be continuing these reviews well into the future. So without further ado, thank you very much for listening in, and I will see you next week.